The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Sicilian Corner, winner of the Italian Heritage Media Award, with your hosts, Tom Zappola and Mike Lamazzo.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Buongiorno.
Mikey,
How you doing, T?
how are you, honey?
Things are good, huh?
I'm not talking to you, talking to her. I said, Mikey, you said, how are you? And I said, how are you, honey? Meaning Esther.
Buongiorno.
And that
Everything's good.
I was trying to be funny.
Esther Vida from Yumi in Sicily is in the house with us today, visiting. She is here from Sicily for a couple of weeks, Esther, right?
I'm leaving Thursday. I mean, by the time you see this, I'm already back.
How long have you been here?
Just 2 weeks.
How come you didn't call us earlier?
It's a quick. What do you mean? Don't you talk to your brother every day?
Never. Every other day.
You talk to your brother.
You know,
Doesn't it?
I want you to know something here.
Yes.
You know, I don't know if he's on the prowl, what he's doing, because I've called him 3 or 4 times and there's no answer now. Every time I used to call him, he picks up right away. Now, pot's unknown.
Wow.
What do you think he is?
He's doing his walk on the deck. What he does is since
He walks.
COVID. Oh yeah. We have a deck. It oversees the beautiful sea, and he goes back and forth until he reaches 10,000 steps. It's a new COVID thing, and it hasn't.
That's like they do in prison.
My wife does the same thing. She'll pull all the shades down and does the house.
Really?
Does
Yeah,
the loop.
yeah. Get the steps in. Why not?
Yeah.
It's like
Gotta get it
That's what
done.
they do in prison, right?
Yeah,
In the little
pretty much.
cells,
Pretty
back
much.
and
Do?
forth.
They do. I don't know. How do you know?
Well,
How
that's
do
a
you
good
know?
point. Hey,
Wild animals at the zoo do the same thing.
the name of the show. We have a good show today. This is an aggravate Mike show, and we'll get into it
I'm
in a
going to
little
be
reason.
defending you the whole.
Oh
thing.
no,
Don't worry.
and
Don't worry.
no,
Let him get it out of his system.
no. This is something that has been. I know it's going to stick in your craw, but don't forget to subscribe, like, and share
Where is
the
it
show.
gonna go?
Your craw. The show with your friends. You can watch us on Facebook, YouTube, any of your favorite podcast platforms, Alexa, all that good stuff. And if you want to make a comment, feel free, or else you can email me at zapsr@hotmail.com, zapsenior@hotmail.com.
Zap Senior.
Yeah.
Why are you senior?
Because my son is junior.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not really.
All right.
They don't know that.
First off, Mikey, you know we have every now and then we have a restaurant review, and you
We
and
should do more of them.
you and I have been fair, I think, with our restaurant reviews, right?
Yeah.
So I have just a brief one and one that is not so brief. I was just telling you guys, Ellen and I stopped at this little place on 97 in Methuen.
Methuen or Haverhill?
It's Ayers Village. I think it's Methuen.
What is it called?
It's called Pica, P-I-C-A. It's a little pub, bar and grill. Went in there, you know what we had? I had the chicken bob. The legit.
They make a chicken bob?
They make the chicken bob on Tripoli's rolls.
Oh, wow.
It was wonderful.
What was in
Excellent.
it?
Just chicken bob.
Chicken and lettuce, anything?
Chicken, lettuce, tomato, and mayo. That's
Simple.
called a chicken bob. No, but there's a way that they do it. It's a Merrimack Valley.
So what makes it different from others?
Well, the right way to make it would be to use fowl. We had
Okay.
a place in St. Lawrence, Joe's Bungalow.
Yeah, well, that was the king.
He was the boss.
He was it.
He was it.
He was the man.
But the secret to that was he would buy fowl. Most people don't even know what fowl is. But he would cook, I don't know how many cases of fowl he would order. You could not, there'd be a line, 15 people out the door.
But it was also the way he seasoned it. You know what it is?
Yeah.
It's basically white boiled chicken meat. That's
Stuff
shredded.
doctored.
Yeah.
That's shredded, and you doctor it with some spices and stuff. Mayo.
Hungarian-
They call it a chicken barbecue, but it really isn't. It's
Hungarian paprika.
That's
paprika.
always key in dishes,
That's
for
right.
sure. So was it good?
Oh, delicious.
Oh.
It was delicious. Plus, it
I'm
was
glad.
just
That's
mayo was all over me.
nice and close.
It was
So-
just it was
That's
good.
good.
And
What
the food
did
was good.
Ellen have?
So you went out of the 5-mile
Well,
radius.
that's because we were at we were at Chrissy's house. She invited us over for lunch, Ellen and I. No, I'm just kidding. We were at the Tuscan Village shopping for the kids at the
There was some
Nike
Christmas
store.
What did you
shopping?
buy there?
We went to the Nike store for the grandkids.
No, I thought you said you went to the Tuscan Village.
I did.
Tuscan Village is the name of the property.
The property.
Ah,
that's
the whole
all-
property.
yeah.
Okay.
And Yeah, we had to take a second mortgage out for sneakers.
It's amazing.
How much are
huh?
sneakers these days?
7 pair of sneakers,
Listen to this.
almost $1,400.
Shut up. That's
Yeah.
nuts.
Well, that's not the price of, air quotes, sneakers. That's the price of Nike.
Yeah, good point.
Or
I can get a
Very
very nice
good-
pair of sneakers.
Very
for-
good point. These are Nike.
Go
to the New Balance.
You're
in
right.
Italian.
These are all the kids. They asked. We get them something. I think Nike Airs, Air Jordans, whatever the hell you call them.
You know,
Nike
my
in
dad was a
Italian.
foreman at
means-
Tire
it means
Rubber in
overpriced
Andover.
in
I don't know if you
Italian.
It's
remember that.
Nike.
That's what it's
Nike.
Nike in Italian.
Which
There's
means
a,
overpriced.
but do you know who Nike was? There's a statue in Giardini
Made by
Naxos,
9-year-olds.
down at the bottom, down by
Yeah, but that's
the
not.
bay.
That's not.
Listen to me. There's a statue. The goddess of victory is Nike.
Is
She
that what
has
the little
wing?
the swoosh?
swoosh.
I didn't know that. So we
Thank
just
you.
learned something.
Thank you.
Anyways,
Nike.
Mikey, when I played high school basketball, and you played as a kid, we always wore Converse, Chuck Taylor, high tops, either white or black, right?
As I was starting to say before, I was so rudely interrupted before.
By me?
No, by my little
Sorry.
sweetheart.
Oh,
over
there we
I
go.
know, listen, I'm
That's
getting
good.
chastised.
Go ahead.
My dad was a foreman at Tire Rubber. Sneakers, I had more pairs of sneakers because they would run them off and they'd get some with imperfections and stuff.
The canvas ones.
Yeah.
The Chucks.
Yeah,
Chuck
and then
Taylors.
Converse took out Tire Rubber. But, I mean, hockey pucks, everybody loved me in my neighborhood because I had all kinds of hockey pucks, sneakers up the yin
How much were the sneakers back then? When I played basketball
That
at
was
Austin
what,
Prep.
60 years ago?
They were
Yep.
about $19.99, $20.
Right. You know how much a pair of black high top Chucks are now?
They still make the high
How
tops?
Everybody, it's a real sight. Yeah, one of my grandkids wanted them.
How much? How much?
$70.
Jesus, Marion, Joe.
60 to 70, depending when you get it.
Having children today, if you
It's
have
ridiculous,
three
I tell
kids
you.
or so,
Yeah.
I don't know how much money you have to make to be able to afford, A, to feed them, and 2, to dress them.
I can't even imagine college.
All right, listen, first of all, welcome.
Well, you
It's
don't have to worry
wonderful to see
about
you.
college because these idiots are giving out, they're going to just forgive everything.
Oh, we're
No,
going to
don't-
talk.
no,
We're
no.
going to talk about that.
We
We're going
are.
to tie
don't,
that in.
Don't worry
We
about
are.
the people
Oh,
who
we're gonna-
had
Wait,
that.
can I tell you something about the Tuscan Village? Can we just
Yeah,
finish this?
absolutely.
I went into the market for the first time.
Yep.
I didn't even know it existed. I met my friend Daniel Batal,
Yep.
and I walk in. The first thing I see is Spartana olive oil from Castelvetrano, Sicilian olive oil. You know, we've
Yeah.
done an
Yeah.
episode
But
on
it's
them,
great, yeah.
several episodes, but it was nice to see.
How much was it?
The Sicilian.
I know it's
It's a great product, but it's ridiculous.
yeah. No, it's
No. But let me tell you, it was nice to see prominently displayed the first item, Partana olive oil, which, by the way, is 100% Sicilian olive oil.
That's
they
a
don't
good
mix.
olive oil.
That's
Do you
a good
guys
olive
do
oil.
you guys use the Barbera at all anymore?
Yeah, Barbera we use.
I like Barbera.
Barbera, if you go to a supermarket in Sicily, that's prominently displayed.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, because I like Barbera. We used to use it too a lot, right?
They mix,
Yeah.
but it's a good product.
Okay,
So it's not
interesting.
100% Sicilian.
All right. My other little restaurant review is we went out to dinner with friends last Thursday night, and they highly recommend. This restaurant was recommended by a couple of people.
I've never been there.
I didn't like
I never even heard of it.
It's called Dicor, D-I-C-O-R.
Okay.
And it's a combination Argentinian Italian restaurant because they were the 60% of the people in Argentina are Italian.
Right.
A lot of them immigrated to there instead of the
Right.
United States. So these people very disappointed.
Are the
Now-
owners Argentinian or Italian?
They're Argentinian Italian.
Okay.
One of them was
so
from
they were born in Argentina.
No, one of them was born in Syracuse, and then their family immigrated to Argentina.
Very interesting. What'd you have to eat?
I had there were pork chops that were pan fried with some shallots, some other ingredients, Argentinian whatever. I went to the
Good portion.
Yeah.
great portion,
The
Dry
flavor,
dry as a bone.
Dry.
You got to be careful.
Right.
You have to
That's
be
a
careful.
that's a
Right.
tough one to cook.
Right. Then
Right.
Ellen had
Especially pan fried.
Ellen had some veal.
Oh, yeah.
She had some veal. Same thing. It was
Dry.
we went the Argentinian
Did you
route because
tell the waitress?
no, I didn't bother.
Did they have the beef with the skewer and they
No, that's
shaved
Brazilian. That's Brazilian.
That's Brazilian.
That's
Yeah.
Brazilian. But
Or
anyways, I was
Arabic,
not. I was
Middle
and-
Eastern
and
kebab. that type of thing. Yeah.
Well, I love that.
And more than anything else, when I walked in, Fasese, who I went with, my good
Tommy.
friend Tommy, never told me that they only had a beer and wine license. And you know me, I enjoy my martini. So that was another strike.
Disappointing.
Very disappointing.
And plus, it was 5 miles.
Outside of his radius.
Yeah.
Let me think about that. It wasn't. It was pretty close. It was pretty close because it's right on 125 heading towards Ward Hill.
A little over, T.
Not much.
Little over.
All right, listen.
Can I tell you what I brought
yes,
you guys?
please
I brought
do
you
that.
guys some gifts.
Please do.
Okay, so we have, can you guys see this? This is a medium, and Chrissy, is this one for you? Which
Yes.
one? Which
Chrissy,
color?
that would look nice in you.
Yeah, medium.
red works.
I brought
goes
the
nice with your
best
hair.
one. Look at this, large, long sleeve. That's for David.
Hold on. Wait.
David gets the
You
long
can't-
sleeve.
Let me evaluate this. Yeah, you
No.
won't fit me.
No. I brought this beautiful color. I know, it's not your color.
I don't like it. I don't
It's
like
not
that
your
color.
Where's the one I brought
Right
you?
here. I
That's
like,
the one.
basic.
XL, and then what did I bring you?
We got the 2XL here.
Okay,
This
well,
is the blue.
so listen, I have this XL too.
Give it a mic.
This XL too. But listen, we're having a blowout
very much.
sale. Listen
Thank
to
you.
me, blowout sale. This is our new design. Can you
May
see
I?
it?
I like that.
Yeah. This one's for Chrissy. She
Can I
has
see it?
She did it one of
Oh,
these.
plus
you
it's a
guys have.
V-neck, Chris.
Yep.
E.
It's embroidered.
V-neck.
That's for you.
Wait. Don't be
But
so.
listen.
I'm looking at it.
You gotta put your dirty
Listen
mitts
to
all
me.
over my
If you
clothes.
go to our YouTube channel, You, Me, and Sicily, YouTube, You, Me, and Sicily, in the bottom on the merchandise, there's even aprons, there's mugs, there's hoodies, there's little bags, there's T-shirts, there's all types of stuff in our merchandise shop on YouTube, You, Me, and Sicily.
Awesome. We're going to talk about you, me, and
Do
Sicily.
we
a
have
little
one
later
for
on.
Murphy?
I was just about to say that I accidentally just threw mine on top of him.
All right, listen.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'm gonna go get my
David, we
t-shirt
have a
off the
few
dog.
minutes, or should we wait till the next segment?
Next segment.
Okay, all right, because we have.
Thank you very
I
much.
want you to. There's something that I do want you to see, Mike, at some point in time, and I want to get your opinion on some little video snippets that we were able to abscom.
We'll do that after the break.
Yeah, we will do that.
I think David's
How much time do we have?
That's
on this
called
one?
a tease.
What do we have for time?
4 minutes.
4 minutes. So let's talk about you, me, and Sicily
Well,
right now.
this month is an anniversary. It was in 2013, November, that I first met Alfred Zappala.
Okay, so watch me now.
Because-
I'm going to take this and I'm going to wrap it around
Thanks
my
to
neck.
him.
Al, okay? Go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
2013, you called me and said, hey, Esta, because that's what you call me, Esta.
Esta.
Will you go and fill in host the Sicilian Corner with Mike Lamazzo? And then first guest was Alfred Zappala. And then it was 2014.
And it's been all
that
downhill from there. No, I'm kidding.
2014 that we started our video series. Then 2016 our tour business. So it's all thanks to you,
and Al.
too.
You guys have done
You-
well.
You
too.
guys, you and Al make a great team.
We do.
You have great chemistry. You guys complement each other on camera. I don't like his hats, but other than that,
His hats are his character. His cigar, his
the
Tuscanela.
cigar I don't care about.
You know, that's his
Cigar.
character.
Now, the other thing is this, though. I want you to promise me
Yeah.
he needs to get that knee done, and we need to work on that.
It's not going to happen.
I know.
It's
I
your
know.
brother.
I know.
It's your brother.
Got to get
Yeah,
that knee
exactly.
done.
Anyway, so it was thanks to you in 2014. I went to Sicily. I was going to stay for a month, do 7 episodes, and here we are, over 300 episodes later.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now we live, and then we live there now full time.
So let me ask you this before we take a break, Esther. You have really embraced Sicily.
Mm-hmm.
You.
It's in my blood.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, prior to you going there, had you ever been to Sicily?
Can I tell you guys a secret? I had to look on a map.
Okay. And you know something? And that's, but you now.
I knew nothing about
You're more
Sicily.
Sicilian than
Than
my
Al.
brother.
Oh, yeah.
Than my brother.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you speak the language. You know every nook and
cook,
cranny
I
of
do.
the country, of the island.
I've been very fortunate to be able to zigzag the island, not just because of our tours. You know, we have personalized and group tours, but also because of our video series, because we have a series called Ancestral Hometowns. So if someone out there has, was born in a certain town, they're not able to go there, we feature it, we talk to the locals, we show you the landscape, a little bit
Nice.
of the history.
That is nice.
And so forth. I was so fortunate in September and October. I had some great people. I was going nonstop from September 4th to October 27th, touring every day. And 3 of those groups, there were private, personalized, family tours. And we went to their ancestral hometowns. One of them was Polizzi Generosa, one of them was Lentini, one of them was Termini Imeresi, Adrano in around the Etna, and to watch people as they walk on the roads, the earth, they sit at the cafes that their grandparents or great-grandparents used to go. And it is the most moving and the most fulfilling part of my job.
Nice.
And one, Candace, if I may, we found her grandfather's home. And she's like, I don't want to leave. It was the most moving thing. And then she remembers her grandfather. And my grandfather had stories when he was misbehaving as a child, his grandmother would get on him and he'd run out of the house and wait a sec, that's the church. That must be the church that he always spoke about. He ran to the church and he ran up to the tower. And these stories that just come alive as they come over there.
I just want to say, Esther, my mother-in-law, who was a sweetheart, her name was Zena.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to go to Catania to try and find the house that she was born in.
Yeah.
And Lucille and the 2 nieces took her. She was 88 when she went. 88 when she went.
Did they find it?
They found the street, but the mother could not find the house.
She couldn't remember.
remember the house. Yeah. But it meant so much to her.
Well, that's how
you're saying.
And for me to witness this, and on some of the episodes, we showcase the people just crying and just reliving. I had one priest from Nebraska who is from Termini Imeresi, and I was able to work the Esther magic. He got to say Mass in the church. His great-grandfather was born.
Cool.
And there was the baptism urn.
Very cool.
And he said, that must have been where he was baptized. And he touched it. And he was so moved.
That's very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. All right, listen, you okay?
Let's take a break, Steve.
We're going to take a quick break.
Unlike y'all who just wait to talk over her, I'm listening to her story, and it's beautiful.
You're a sweetheart.
Don't get... God, you got a lot of sass in you, Zappola.
Now we're going on a break,
No wonder she married the brother.
Right.
We're going to take a quick break.
He's the same. His brother's
when
the
we
same.
come back,
Busting balls.
When we come back, we're going to aggravate the crap out of Mike just from these little videos. Hang in there. We'll be right back with Esther.
Ciao, this is Esther of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
Looking for that something special? All of us here at the Sicilian Corner suggest trying Ristorante Uno, located at 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. For the most exquisite dining experience in an intimate setting that serves authentic regional Italian cuisine and features old country service. Try Ristorante Uno. Did we mention their award-winning wine cellar? Ristorante Uno, 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. Call 617-573-9406 for reservations. That's 617-573-9406. Tell them the boys from the Sicilian Corner sent you.
Today.
Today, Lawrence General Hospital has affiliations with leading Boston academic medical centers. Top specialists from Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center and Floating Hospital for Children at Tufts Medical Center work with our local doctors to bring world-class care close to home. Today, amazing partnerships are happening at Lawrence General Hospital. To learn more, visit lawrencegeneral.org/today.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine is pleased to announce the opening of their American College of Radiology accredited MRI unit at their location at 16 Pelham Road in Salem, New Hampshire. So now, in addition to receiving the best orthopedic care in the Merrimack Valley, as well as physical and occupational therapy at Optima Sports Therapy and Rehab, you can also have your MRI, all in one convenient location. The doctors and staff of Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine have been dedicated to providing outstanding medical care to the Merrimack Valley in southern New Hampshire since 1984. Located on Route 97, just off Exit 2 from Route 93 North, on the second floor of the Workout Club of Salem. You deserve the best care, and that's exactly what you'll get from the board-certified surgeons at Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine. Please call 603-898-2244 to schedule an appointment.
A loyal sponsor for the Sicilian Corner is Hilton Oil Company. Hilton Oil has been located right across from the South Lawrence Common since 1932 at 101 South Union Street. Hilton Oil Company specializes in 24-hour burner service, oil deliveries, including automatic deliveries, serving all the Merrimack Valley area, plus portions of southern New Hampshire. If you want your car fixed right the first time, bring it to Hilton's state-of-the-art service station. Remember, Hilton's is also a Mass State Inspection Station. Hilton Oil Company, 101 South Union Street in Lawrence. Call 978-687-9793.
This is Cindy,
and Mike Kunstler,
owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
In addition to the spectacular views overlooking the golf course, we have an incredible new chef, Oscar Figueroa.
We still have all the favorites, but Oscar has created a lot of excitement with his new specials.
Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery tender, lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
Okay, we are back. You know, I stumbled on a couple of videos, YouTube videos. There is this YouTuber who's he's a millennial, actually, bright kid. And he started a little video series called...
What years is defines...
Now, a millennial? Yeah. I would say, what's millennial? 21 to...
What, born in 2000? Are you Googling
mid-90s to 2000.
Okay, that's
okay.
So...
What is it, Chrissy?
One moment.
Okay.
Because people get it wrong. It's
I know.
It's really funny, actually, how... I was watching one TV series, would digress for a second. I was watching a TV series, and these two girls are doing the confessional thing, and they're bitching about millennials the whole time while they're doing it. Yeah, they got flashing signs from the editor, like afterwards, the producers had put like millennial. Like they were both millennials, and they were bitching out millennials.
So college kids are millennials. Okay. So.
I thought it was the older. So now
81 to 96.
Yeah. So
81 to 96.
So they must be 40 years old.
All right.
Not college.
So the next one is called. Is that Gen Z?
Is it? I don't know. Let's have a look.
Anyway.
here.
Okay, well, it's
Yeah.
let's put it this way. It's the demographic Gen Zs. Gen Zs.
So are we watching millennials or Gen
Gen
Zs?
Zs.
Okay.
Now, the name of this guy's YouTube...
Where did they come up with Gen Z?
I
What
don't
the
know.
hell's that mean?
I don't know. I have no idea. Generation Z. Zero.
Bravo.
And these little videos are going to corroborate and support zero. The name of this guy's YouTube show is Are We Effed? Effed, meaning, but he spells it out. Are we effed? Now, he went on to some college campuses to ask.
Oh, he's basically saying this is our future.
Correct. The question is, are we effed? And look what he says after every question. David, can you run that?
I will.
You know how many states make up the United States?
50.
You know what the capital is?
Oh,
United States?
Harrisburg. Oh, is there a capital in the U.S.?
You tell me.
No.
Do you know what century we're in?
No.
How many make up 1 dozen?
Wait, what?
How many make up 1 dozen?
How many make up 1 dozen? How many what?
Like how many eggs are in 1 dozen?
10.
Yes. You know what the 3rd month of each year is?
February.
Yes. Do you know what 2 countries border the U.S.?
What countries border the U.S.?
Border.
Canada?
Yeah, and what?
Hey.
Russia?
Yes. How many moons does the Earth have?
Well, if you listen to
6.
Yes. How many states make up the United States?
6.
Yes.
So he says yes because are we effed? And his answer is yes. Now, so that's just one of 3 clips. We're gonna as the rest of the show.
Why are you promoting this idiot?
What idiot?
This idiot. These idiots.
Because they're idiots, and I'm trying to prove a point that they're idiots.
Okay.
That's the point. Trying to prove a point that they're idiots. And that is the future. I'm hoping that is not the future of what this country is all about. And that's.
And how many of them went to college?
Most of those kids are college.
Yeah,
those are college
I'm telling
campuses.
you.
Those are
scary.
The one that
Scary,
said
right?
6 was in a cap and gown, for goodness sakes. How many states? 6. Very confidently with his cap and gown, I might add.
I mean, it's like
cum laude.
You want to? Should we show another one now, David? Or no?
If Chrissy's got one,
Chrissy,
we can do it.
They're good to go.
Let's show another one because there's 3 of them.
Alphabet. 24? Do you know how many seasons there are?
12. I don't know.
That's months, but.
Yes. What language do the people in Idaho speak?
Potato.
Wait, what? What language?
I don't know. The first thing that came to mind was potatoes.
He
How
doesn't
many
know what to
states
say.
make up the United States? Guess a number if you don't know. 5. Yes. What continent are we on right now?
What continent? I think like North Africa.
What's 3 times 3 times 3?
18.
Yes. How many cents are in $1?
How many cents are $1?
Yeah.
1, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 6.
Yes.
All right, your point has been proven.
No, we have one more. Well, we're going for it.
Yep, let's just
Let's
get
go
it.
for it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I don't want to torture Esther any
What is
further.
1/4
That's
plus
okay.
2 dimes?
She's a guest.
Yeah.
How much money is that?
That's 65 cents. Is it? 65 cents?
Yes. Can you tell me what time this is?
Okay, I know the long one is the hour.
Yeah.
So that's 10.
Ay,
Oh my
ay,
God.
10 what? Around what time is this?
I'm not sure.
Give me your
What's
best
this guy's
guess.
name?
I can't
I want
remember.
to say 10, 15,
Yes. How many dimes make up $1?
100.
You know how many continents there are?
There's at least 30. I know that. At least 30.
Oh,
Do you know
absolutely.
what 2 countries
I know
border
that.
the U.S.?
What?
What 2 countries border the U.S.? What's like the country above us and below us?
South America, North America.
Yes.
All right, so the point, Mikey, what's the point here?
Wow, we're in trouble. It kind of explains some of the politicians that we have, people have
So
voted
wait
for.
a sec. So what can we do about it?
That's a good point.
Let's stop the. Can I swear?
No.
Can I? Okay. Let's
Yes,
stop
you
the
can.
complaining.
Stop the bullshit.
Stop the bullshit.
So
Then
you
what
tell
can we
us.
do? What can we do?
You tell
Well,
us.
It starts with the education, right? It
Correct.
starts with the family. It starts with the basics.
Right. So these kids are all educated, supposedly. So
Yeah.
don't you think it has? Don't you think some of it may have to do with the curriculum in the classrooms?
No.
No.
No?
It has to do
One
with
of them
basics.
couldn't count on the clock.
That's basic stuff you learn at home.
Right.
It all starts at home.
Okay,
it
but
all starts
I'm
at home.
pretty sure clock reading isn't on any curriculum, and it
Listen,
shouldn't really
I'm gonna,
need
I'm
to
gonna
be.
go as far as saying
Go ahead.
that the value system in this country is different than perhaps in other
I
countries.
totally agree with you.
Education is very coveted and sought after in countries like Italy. The education system is different. Families support their children in education, and the children there are hungry for education. Are hungry to make it.
I agree with that.
Not everyone. You know, there's
don't
some.
agree with
No,
that?
I think there's too much emphasis on going to college. I think if I had a son who wasn't a light bulb going off, I think that I would encourage him to get into a trade.
I would. I
But
wouldn't
excuse me,
object to
I
that.
agree with you. But you are looking at college-educated students, so they already have had 18 years
Correct.
for training. So it happened before that.
So the
It has-
system is
the
faulty.
From
The system is broken.
From the beginning.
but-
You're looking at the result.
It's not
So
just. It's not
I
just
agree
the
with
family,
you, by the
though.
way, about
and I
going
do
to
too.
trade.
It's not just. Listen, the family values are important
It's
too.
one part
but
of the
curriculum
component.
is a large part of it too, because anybody who doesn't.
Now you're a past teacher. I mean,
Do you know my
you
niece?
have a,
It's
Now,
you
wait
have
a
a
called
second.
social studies.
Now, let me
It's
tell
called-
you
it's
what
called-
my
wait,
niece-
It's
I'm
called
not-
social studies. You go to grammar school and they teach you social studies. So you should. They're supposed to be teaching you. I'm not saying it's something that you have to be totally embedded in, but if they're going to teach you social studies, I think they're going to teach you how many states there are and what borders the United
do they
States.
still teach geography?
Well, it's called social studies.
Now
it's
it's
a
under the
combination of
Now,
history
let me
and,
tell you,
and
I'm
geography.
going to tell you about my niece. I'm not going to say what town she is
Yep.
in, but in the, in Massachusetts, she goes to class and there's no teacher. The teacher doesn't teach. They sit at their desk with a computer. They
No.
tell them what to read. I'm going,
That's
what?
crazy.
You don't have a teacher lecturing?
That's
This is a
crazy.
huge problem.
What
Maybe she
level
has-
are we talking here?
High school. High school.
There's
They
no
sit-
teacher?
There's no teacher. There's a shortage of teachers. Or the teacher tells them what to read, what to write, and that's it. There's no teacher. And this is in a public
That's
school in Massachusetts.
pretty sad.
I'm not going to name
No,
what.
it's just-
And this has been going on since COVID.
It's pretty sad.
You think that's bad? It's going to get worse.
Yeah, I agree.
In my
I
opinion.
agree. So
There's also things that I think, since Esther's being combative with things, I got told before the show, everybody, to just
No,
agree.
just tell
just to
baby.
Go along
Go
with
for
it.
it.
No, I think that there are certain things in curriculum that they teach. Like you're going on about social studies. Let's put it into relevance for a minute. No offense to anyone in America. I said the same for my own country. If you said what's more important, knowing how many states are in your country or knowing how to, I don't know, count back somebody's change, balance a checkbook if that's still a thing.
that's
It's
all
not really a
part and
thing.
parcel of it.
There are so many what do they call it? Like financial literacy, for example. I think they are starting to teach that a little bit now. I would do away with social studies for financial literacy.
Well, hold on a second.
Number
Because
one,
that's-
don't go to college unless you actually are
Well,
going to
hold
do
on a
something
second,
that
because that's
doesn't put you
part.
in debt for the rest of your
See,
life.
I look at it totally different. As a former school teacher,
Yeah.
that balancing a checkbook is part of social studies.
I agree.
And that's what I did, and I got chastised for it when I was a school teacher.
Yeah, see?
When I was
They went after you?
When I was a school teacher, I was told stick with the curriculum, and I said no, because these kids need to know how to balance a checkbook.
I agree with you.
And you know what I did? I went to the superintendent. Superintendent was a good friend, supported me 100%. So part of my curriculum in social studies was history and geography. You know what else I did? You would like this. Stock market. I gave each kid in the class $1,000 of play money at the beginning of the.
I love it.
At the beginning of the school year.
Good for you.
And remember, there's no computers then.
Yeah.
So we had a chairman, And we went over the stock market, how it works.
They did their own research.
I love that.
They all invested $1,000 and they picked their own stocks. And we would have the Wall Street Journal every day on the bulletin board, and kids would be checking their stocks.
See who made the most money.
At the end of the year, one kid was up about $25,000.
Nice.
Up about $25,000.
I agree with.
But that's part of the curriculum.
But I agree. But
Common
I agree
sense.
With, and my niece is telling me that some of the books that I grew up with are now taken off. the
Absolutely.
list. It's nuts.
Absolutely.
It's history. It's classics.
The bigger problem, Tommy, I think at the college level, just my opinion.
Mikey, you're dead
I'm
on.
not trying to alienate anybody, but
you're dead on.
Let me tell you, the professors,
you're dead on.
And they have agendas,
Right.
and they poison these people.
Well,
these
listen,
young, they're very impressed.
In your opinion, they're poisoning them. But if you look at it from the perspective of trying to stay balanced, it's not balanced. They're only showing one side
exactly
of what their philosophies
They're
are.
brainwashing our kids.
They're not. A lot of them are not showing the balance, both sides.
You know what I think
the
is
black
key
and the white.
in college, not necessarily, giving one side of the opinion, is teaching kids how to think, how to make decisions, how to evaluate, how to see two sides and be able to have an opinion instead of having their opinion already decided for them.
Well,
by
I think part of the problem
I agree.
technology is part of the problem.
Yeah, the biggest problem that people
Spell
don't,
check.
the people that don't like
Stuff like that.
The biggest problem that people don't want to talk about is the parents.
Yeah.
What did I say? What did I
You
say?
did. Yeah. You did.
What did I
That's
say?
the biggest problem in education. The parents don't care, or they're
What
just
did
too
I
dumb.
say? I
Well, let me
started
ask you
with
this
that
question,
exact
though.
point.
Esther, I'm not. Listen, I agree with you. I agree with both of you. But in Sicily, do both parents work?
Not all of them. The majority of the time, including two of our good friends, gave up their careers to stay home with their growing children.
Percentage-wise, how many families in Sicily would you say both parents work?
I cannot give you that statistic, but I will tell you that since inflation and since the economy has turned, several of our friends have said, oh, I have to get a part-time job. And in fact, Stefania, one of our good friends, was looking for a job, and they were asking for her to work from 9 to 1, then take a lunch break, and then go back until 7. And and it was good money, and she refused to take it because it was more important for her to be home when her children arrived home to make sure that they're doing their homework and be there as a support. And her husband is a big shot. At the Guardia Fianzata, and she wants to make sure that she's home when he's home to make him dinner.
Good point.
The family values still outdo the necessity of making more money.
I think part of the problem here is it's nobody's fault that I would say, guys, David, in your opinion, Mikey, in your opinion, percentage-wise, I would say at least 70 to 75% of the families in this country are both working parents now.
They have to.
Right?
Yeah,
Out of necessity.
Do you know my mom? My mom was an engineer in Hungary, and then when we moved to this country, before she got her citizenship, because we had to, to survive, she had to get a part-time job. She cleaned homes for years. A highly educated woman came to this country, and she took that job because she wanted to make sure when me and my two sisters came back home, she was home. She was home. She was overseeing our homework.
I think that's part of the problem. And
she couldn't take a full-time job because it was so important to her to make sure that her children had that support.
When you were teaching, they have home economics.
No.
Okay. When I was in school in the 60s, high school, they had home economics, and it taught the woman a lot of...
Do you realize how politically incorrect that would be today?
I don't care. What I'm saying, I'm not talking that. All I'm
teaching a woman how to be a housewife.
Well, it's teaching them how to run a house.
Right.
Now, we were approached, and we went to Salem High School. We used to go on a Wednesday afternoon, and we used to get together and teach the best, instead of spending $5 for a piece of top round that you're going to use for stew meat. We'd show them how to get chuck hamburger and to cut it up, and you could use that and ways of making and
But
saving.
that's a political no-no
and
today.
saving money. But you know something? It went over so well. I loved it. I was asked to give the classes, and I couldn't wait to go.
I mean, I had friends that were home ec teachers, but
I wasn't a teacher.
That's really
Did you
politically
was it
incorrect.
for girls? I'm sorry, for girls and boys?
Go ahead.
Salem came to us and said, would you be interested in sending someone to represent?
I understand.
And I was the meat manager.
Was it also girls and boys?
I'm sorry?
Was it for girls and boys?
Yeah.
The class?
Yeah.
Oh, it was. Okay.
I was going to say, so how? Yeah.
Okay, but wait a second. Originally, home economics in high school.
It was more than just sewing.
No, but I'm saying ratio-wise,
mostly women.
Mostly women, probably 95% women. Yeah. Right?
So when I went to school, granted it's Australia, so it's very different. But home economics for us, home economics specifically was cooking class. Textiles was sewing. They all had their own names. It wasn't like opt-in or opt-out. Like, well, you could. Some of them were electives, right? If you didn't want to cook, you didn't have to cook. But it was open to whoever wanted to do it. So it wasn't, there's no way it could be, that's why I'm like, it's not a political no. It's by choice. For us, it was elective. I was like, heck yeah, I want to learn how to cook.
Right.
I'm going to learn how to cook. They didn't force me to do it. It wasn't you're a woman, you must learn how to cook thing. Not in my age group. I definitely would assume back in the day.
It was a short-term course.
then.
I mean, it was like 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's what we did. Like
I loved going. And believe me, there was a lot of interest from the students. And I liked it. And this was done by the Salem School Department. And it was an honor for me to go.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see that.
So I asked, what
we have
can
about
do?
a minute.
So I asked, what can we do? Well, the schools obviously clearly are not doing their jobs. I still say, let's go back to the basics in the family.
Problem is, before we take a break, is that going back to the basics in this country is next to impossible because economically, people can't afford to live unless both parents are working. That's the fundamental problem.
Listen, my mom was able to do it.
Times have changed, though. Listen, I'm going to use my kids as an example. My kids, and I look at my grandchildren. Thank God they're pretty normal. But I have 4 kids.
By Tom Zappala standards.
Well, no.
I'm just kidding.
I have. Well,
they are.
Okay. I have 4 kids.
Yeah.
All them and their spouses work full-time jobs. Their kids all participate in sports or after-school projects. The fundamental problem that I have is that those kids don't get home from school until 6 o'clock at night. Then they have to have dinner. Then they have to do homework.
I did the same thing. I played 3 sports a year. I played
Not when you were
cello.
8.
No.
I'm talking about 8, 9, 10.
8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
They came home at 6 o'clock.
Of course they do. They have
I
to all
tell
go
you
to
a lot-
after-school programs.
I have to tell you a lot. That's happening a lot in Sicily too, where the kids are getting way too busy. Soccer, music, golf.
problem.
I was going to say, here's a great thing to teach your children: time management and how to not.
You're missing the point.
You don't get to do everything if you can't fit it in.
You're missing the point. The parents don't get out of work until 5 o'clock.
So what's your point, though?
So what do you do with the kids? They do
They do
after-school
full- yeah.
activities because the parents are working.
Oh, you should have started with that. I thought
Well,
this was
I
an
mean,
excuse of why they're not learning
No,
properly. I'm like,
no.
so don't give them
They're
so
doing
much stuff to
they're
do.
doing after-school activities
Ah.
because the parents are working till 5.
Okay.
So, but
That could be a good thing, after school activities.
it-
you
but
know?
It depends on the school.
Thank you.
It depends on the school and the system, the districts
All right.
decide
Right.
individually how much.
Exactly.
So then my
invest.
next suggestion is stop making them do a bajillion sports then. And maybe do something
No,
useful,
those-
like
those-
more math, so
but
that when I go to
listen-
Starbucks,
they teach basic skills that are
They
important.
do have after-school programs for academics if you choose.
That's true.
Well, put your kids in those people because next time I go to Starbucks and the machine doesn't work and your child stares at me because they can't count back change from $5.
My wife's a retired.
It makes me sad.
My wife's a retired educator. So one of the issues that she ran into, they said, everyone's going to do late help on Wednesdays, and my wife's like, well, what if a kid needs late help in 2 courses? And they're like,
exactly.
You got to make good decisions. Like, science is on Monday, math is on Tuesday.
Right.
You got to do. Sometimes communities
there needs
are not.
to be a fundamental.
I agree.
Revamping.
A rebuild.
I agree. Totally agree.
Yeah, like
start from zero.
I'll
Revamp.
just say, I do agree. There's a lot going on. It's not all the parents' fault. So that's not what I was getting at all. My parents, though, weren't home very much either, and I'm
pretty normal.
Let's say I'm doing okay, people, by my standards anyway. But I can count back your change, and I can do all these kind of things without like shutting down. If my computer stops working, my brain will freak out for a moment, but then I'll go, okay, how do we solve the problem? I don't just keep staring at it and then looking at
We had an issue yesterday at BJ's with my mom where the computer stopped and the kid is like, I don't know what
dead
to
in
do.
the water.
I said, well, why don't you get your manager? He goes, I suppose I could.
Yeah. Dead in the water.
Like problem solving, just general problem solving.
That's a good one.
You know what?
These are things.
You're right.
I think the funniest thing is if you say you're at Market Basket or wherever, and you see what your bill is, so you want to round it off, so you give them change, so you.
Oh, that
holy cow!
I call that the black hole.
You got this look of.
What do I do now?
That's it.
Listen, we're going to take a quick break. We got a few minutes left. I know we're running a little late, but that's okay. We're having a good discussion. Hang in there. We'll be right back with Esther Vida.
This is David from the Sicilian Corner. You know, Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and we can never agree. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with great Italian cuisine, Capri Seaside Italian Grill. Me, I love the elegant romantic vibe, Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu with prices that'll make it the place you want to visit every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of an even cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites in the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Music Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all these great places, and they treat everyone like they're Mike Lamazzo. And best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all of this fun is right at your fingertips. We can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out about all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at northshorepavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
Hi, this is Mike, and I would like to tell you about the Deborah Care Law Offices, a firm that is focused on estate planning, probate, trust administration, and elder law issues. You will feel comfortable discussing important issues concerning both you and your loved ones, as well as having the information you need to make an informed decision about your family's future. How do I know? Because I'm a client of Dan Deborah Care. If you want to have peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are protected, call Deborah Care Law Offices today. In Massachusetts, 978-686-4645. In New Hampshire, 603-894-4141.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
This is Cindy,
And Mike Kunstler.
owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
In addition to the spectacular views overlooking the golf course, we have an incredible new chef, Oscar Figueroa.
We still have all the favorites, but Oscar has created a lot of excitement with his new specials.
Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery, tender, lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
We are back, Mikey. I just got an email from your former home ec teacher.
I wasn't teaching.
Oh, boy.
This was something they approached the Muller's family, if we could send someone down here. So naturally, I had the Salem store.
So they're saying that there was some kid that cut his finger off in your class.
Yeah.
Louis. Hey, listen, speaking of
You know
steaks.
the funny thing about it? He cut that finger off, and he didn't even realize it. The shock, he did it so quick on the bandsaw.
Boom.
Hey, I see this finger.
Did you glue it back on?
No.
Speaking of bandsaws.
They were going to call the Chelsea Hospital, right?
Help
He says,
me, help
listen,
me, help
he's
me."
taking him, you're taking him to Mass General. Took him to Mass General. They sewed it back on. He had to cut tendons and
And the
everything.
kid is fine.
Yeah.
They're not making this stuff
He
up.
looks better than
It's just
Ray.
On the fly. They didn't rehearse this.
All right, listen,
What time is it, Ray?
On the fly.
2:30.
This is BS. This is called BS on the fly.
All right, tell us about our friend Tommy Amin and the staff at Butcher Boy.
Well,
Butcher Boy.
first of all, Thanksgiving is right around the corner. If you're interested in getting a large turkey, I would suggest you order it now because large turkeys are going to be in short supply again this year. So anyway.
Blame the millennials.
Yeah. If you want to make your life easier for Thanksgiving, the Butcher Boy offers cooked turkeys
Gen Z,
up
I'm
to
sorry.
17 pounds. And all you have to do is just heat it up in the oven to give it all the fixings to go with it. You can get your whole meal right at the Butcher Boy in North Andover. It's
Osgood Street.
On Osgood Street, yeah, right by the lake. That was my neck of the woods for a couple of years.
You know, my daughter Jessica.
That's always a winner. That's
She's in there every single day.
Really?
Well, she works
What
in a
does she-
plaza, right?
Right, and she has lunch there. She does all her grocery shopping there.
I'll tell
Every
you.
day.
You know,
they have
it's a family that started in 1955, right across the street from where we are right now.
Yeah.
They're hard workers.
Yeah.
The Maroon and
product.
the Yamin family. But anyway, listen, give them a call if you want a turkey, whatever you need. Make sure you order it now, because
Do you think a Gen Z person knows the difference between a turkey and a chicken?
Yeah.
You think so,
Yeah.
Mikey?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, listen, Esther.
You ever hear of Bell and Evans?
Yeah, good quality.
You bet your life. I'm impressed.
I just bought some.
Where?
Where did I buy them? Ellen and I bought them like at Market Basket. The ones
is
that
it?
they're sealed, but they're sealed in the what do they call it when you
Cryovac.
Cryovac. Yeah, we just bought some chicken breast. I made them the other night. They were great.
They're by far much better than Purdue. Purdue spends a ton of money on advertising.
Can you get them as a sponsor?
Well, we got Butcher Boy. So if you want Bell and Evans,
go to Butcher Boy.
we can. You should see their facility. They just got done $500 million.
Yeah, no, it's a great product.
Oh.
All right, listen, Esther, real quick.
Yeah.
Favorite town in Sicily?
You can't ask me these
I'm
questions.
asking this
You've
question.
asked me
every time.
Favorite
asked
town.
me-
In a jam.
I should have just said,
Favorite town.
I don't want to talk about horse meat, and don't ask me about my favorite.
Favorite town.
I got to put that on my list.
You got to do it.
No, I go back to all my favorites all the time, and they
They
still,
get pissed off at you?
They still. I go to Cefalù, to Taormina, to Ortigia, to Palermo, to all these towns that are my. By the way, we're going to have a top 10 favorite cities of Sicily coming on our YouTube channel
wait, but where?
soon. So I don't have a number
But
one.
hold on a second.
I have a top 10.
So the top. All right, top. Give me the top 3.
She has a top 10. There isn't. They're not
I
in.
can't.
Give me
They're
top
not
10.
in numerical order.
Okay, Taormina's definitely there. Cefalù, Ortigia's definitely there. Palermo's definitely there. Catania's definitely there. Etna is definitely, and that's not a town.
Right.
Castellamare del Golfo is definitely there.
St.
Let me-
Alfio?
huh?
St. Alfio? No.
It's not on my top 10.
Really?
The town of San Alfio? Or
Cute little town.
it's a cute little town. It's on my top 50.
All right.
Top 50.
Top 50.
St. Alfio.
There's
Well, wait
only
a sec.
51.
You know where I
There's
went?
only 51 in
But
Sicily.
listen,
She didn't even.
But listen.
She didn't even go. It's on my top 20. She's like, it's on my top 50. Which, if you're listening,
it's quick.
Sandelfio, that means you're like 49.
No. So listen, St. Alfio. Now you mean the little town, not
Yeah.
Lentini.
No.
Not
St. Alfio. The town of-
Trecastani. No, it's a cute little town. It has the old chestnut tree over there, the 500-year-old chestnut tree. It has a beautiful Duomo.
But it's not
But
your
listen,
top 50.
listen. I would put on my top 10 places to see, go to little out-of-the-way towns that are not touristy. And now I'll put St. Alfio on
about
on
Corleone?
the list. Corleone is a city. You know the story about Corleone.
Oh.
Francis Ford Capone went there and he wanted to film The Godfather.
Oh, right. And they said
Corleone.
no, though, right?
Well, there's two stories. One story is that because it was a heavy mafia town, that the people urged him not to film there because it would shed too much light on
What was going on.
What was going on. The second story is, told by our licensed guides, is that when he went there, he didn't think it exemplified exactly the scene that he was trying to portray about old-time Sicily, and that's why he picked places like Savoca, which is up on top of a mountain, cobblestone streets, a beautiful church, overlooking the sea, overlooking fields of olives and lemon groves. And so for him, that much more, and Forza di Agro, another hilltop town, cobblestone streets, very small, not a lot of people. You harken back to a different
Interesting.
life. So that's the story. But why did you pick Corleone? Because of The Godfather?
Yeah, because I didn't know if it was a big. I didn't know if it was a big.
Now listen, there is a mafia museum there. People stop there on Godfather tour only to find out that it wasn't filmed there.
So the place that Al knows, you guys know the owner, that in the scene in The Godfather.
Savoca.
Is that the name of the with the little
Santa Lucia, where they
the restaurant?
Bar Vitelli.
Yeah.
That's in Savoca.
Is that a working bar?
That's a working bar. You can go over there. They don't have the shotgun anymore. You could sit, like the father sat there with the shotgun. But it is a working, and there's pictures in there from the movie.
We got to wind it up.
Also of the. No, we're just getting to interesting stuff.
We have to. I'm sorry.
And we spent a whole segment watching how Gen X is just letting us.
And I didn't even talk about our YouTube channel.
Well, let's go. We have about 2 minutes. Let's talk.
Me and Sicily, our YouTube channel. We have our tours, www.youmeandsicily.com. Listen to this. In May, we have a grand tour. It's either 9, 10 days or 17 days, and people have a choice on which one to go to. Didn't even put it on our website. Sold out.
Wow. That's
no
awesome.
kidding.
Sold out.
Awesome.
Only word of mouth, repeat travelers, and we talk about it on our YouTube channel.
Go to You, Me, and Sicily. All the information is there for tours, some great videos.
Check out our merch.
Everything.
In our shop on YouTube.
It's beautiful. Thank you for the
really
shirt.
is. Thank you.
I like it.
All right, Esther, we love you.
Thank
Big
you,
Al,
guys.
wherever you are,
Thank
smoking
you,
your
hon.
cigar. We love you,
Thank you
brother.
so much for having me. Always a pleasure. I always get a laugh.
Good.
More people should laugh.
To our viewers and listeners, remember, if you can't make fun of yourself, please don't make fun of
Have a good weekend, everybody.
Have a great week.
Ciao.
Audio Jungle.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.